What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have something which I prepared for you guys maybe some weeks back or some days back, but I didn't have the time to actually bring it to you guys, but I'm actually bringing it to you guys today. Most of you guys have asked what were some of the secret or some of the tips or some of the strategies or some of the systems that I took from being nothing to actually being one of the best, if not the best Forex trader. Or you guys have also asked, how did I make my way to the top, or how did I learn how to trade? So on today's video, I want to cover how I learned how to trade and became the best at it. All right, how I learned how to trade and became the best at it. If you can follow this same system, trust me, at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, you'll be able to do the same thing. That is why just trying to imitate someone who is already doing something you want to do, just trying to follow the footsteps of somebody who is already doing something you want to do is very important. So before we even go into the video, yesterday we did launch we launched Godlove University yesterday, and we had almost about 50 winners for almost like 50 winners who can enroll for free or for almost a 70% discount. And that video, you can see on this video, I still have the video right here. If you just check on YouTube on my channel, you have the video. If I have to press on it, you see the video is right here. So let me even just play the video. You can see on the video we did a giveaway. We selected a lot of people. All right, this is actually an ad, but after this YouTube ad or after this ad, obviously you're going to be able to see the video. And on the video we selected almost about 50 students who are going to enroll for almost a 70% discount or almost for free. So please, if you were not available yesterday or you missed out the video, then please go and watch out the video so that you can be able to check if you were one of the winners and steps you need to take. If you were one of the winners, you need to contact me immediately. You need to send me a DM on Instagram or send me an email so that I can be able to send your promo code. I can be able to send your coupon so that you can enroll into the university as soon as possible, because this is the best program. This is what you guys have all been asking. You guys asked and I deliver. This is the best program you guys have all been asking, and this is the only program or the only course you will need in Forex trading. So with that being said, let's go back to the topic of today, which is how I learned how to trade and became the best at it. All right, how did I learn how to trade and became the best at it? So let me just change from YouTube. Let me just navigate from YouTube back to my whiteboard so that we can be able to cover most of those things. All right, let me just close the internet. Exit. Yes, perfect. Now we are on our whiteboard, and if you see me coming to my whiteboard, we have something very important to trash. So how did I learn how to trade and became the best at it? I'm going to tell you guys, there are just two methods which I'm very happy I was able to discover these two methods when I just started learning how to trade about 7 years ago. All right, I am very happy I discovered these two methods, because even if I have to tell my younger self, or I have to go back to 2015, I would tell myself to follow that same system, which is imitate. How do I put it? Okay, which is imitate, then innovate. As easy as this. If I have to change the colors of these, let me just put this. The most important thing I want you to be able to take note here is what? Imitate. The first one is imitate, then the second one is what? Innovate. Imitate and innovate. These two things, these are the two things. This is a system I followed 7 years ago that took me from nothing to something, from grass to grace, from an amateur to the best in the industry. All right, and let me explain these steps. Let's start from imitate. 7 years ago, when I just started in the Forex industry, that was my first time of ever hearing about Forex trading, or even in my country, I was the first person to ever even hear of Forex trading or to even try Forex trading. So it was a virgin industry. It was something very new, something very abstract. It was something very abstract for me. So at that point in time, I had no experience. I didn't know where to go. So the best thing for me to do at that time was to imitate, was to be able to copy from someone who already know what he's doing. That is why the best advice is on any particular field. If you want to become the best in any particular industry, you try to imitate. You follow the somebody who is already doing that particular thing. You follow somebody who is already successful in that particular trade or in that particular industry, and you follow the person's footsteps. So that is what I did, all right? Because at that time, I had no experience, I had no skills, I had no expertise when it comes to Forex trading. So what did I do? I imitate. So that is why I started looking for mentors. I started watching videos. I started paying for courses. I started looking for programs. That is why it is recommended, whether you like it or not. If you are starting in any new profession or in something like Forex trading, that is why it is very, very recommended for you to have a mentor. That is why it is very, very recommended for you to follow someone who is already doing it, to follow someone who already knows what he is doing. That is going to shorten your curve. That is going to shorten your journeys. If maybe you were to take 8 years to know how to trade, you might take 3 years, you might take 2 years. All right, that is why I call imitate. At this section, at this number 1, that is the imitation part. You try to imitate. You try to copy from someone who already knows how to do it. Let me tell you guys something about Forex trading. The Forex industry is nothing new, right? The Forex industry has been there since the 1990s. And we are not trying to recreate the market. We are not trying to recreate the system. We are not trying to recreate the strategies or recreate anything. No, we might just be innovative, but the system is already there. So the moment you try, when you are just starting, it is advisable for you to look for somebody. Even if you are looking for a strategy, look for somebody who already has a strategy which is working. Look for somebody who already has a system which is working. Look for somebody who already knows how to trade. Then you try to copy from that person. By the time you're trying to copy from that person, by the time you're trying to learn, not actually copy, by the time you're trying to learn from that person, you're actually going to be gaining experience. You're actually going to be developing your own skills. You're actually going to be getting introduced into the market the more. Then maybe after a couple of years, maybe for me, my innovation stage took me almost about let's just go to a different slide and talk about innovation, right? Let's talk about imitation. So let's talk about imitation. All right, imitation. At this stage took me almost about 2 years. Almost about 2 years. The imitation stage, trying to copy from people, trying to try different systems, it took me almost about 2 years. And how do you go about this? Because if you are not careful at this point, trust me, on the internet, something like Google or YouTube, this is where people garbage in all sort of information. People garbage in some information just to have views, just to have clicks and stuff like that. This is where you need to be very, very careful. You need to be very, very choosy. All right, you need to be very, very choosy. Your choice of who to follow, your choice of what to read or what to even watch is very, very important. So yeah, that's why I'm talking about what? I'm talking of your choice. The choice of what you read, what you watch, or who you even follow. That is something which is very, very important at this stage. Then after you've also done that, then another thing you also have to do here, when you are following that person, you need to understand that this person already knows something I don't know. This person has already gone through, has already made mistakes which I haven't made. This person has already tried things which I haven't tried, and I'm ready to learn from this person. So you bring down yourself to the minimum, you swallow your self-esteem, you swallow your ego, and you should be ready to learn from that person. Good. After you've spent maybe a year or two trying to imitate people who are already doing it in the industry, trust me, by that time you already have a mastery of Forex trading. You already know what is working and what is not working. You already be introduced into the Forex market at a stage where you can start innovating. All right, at a stage where you can start innovating. Trust me, we are not trying to recreate. We are not trying to reinvent the wheel. In Forex trading, you are not trying to reinvent the wheel. You are just trying. That's why they say there are no new messages, they are just new messengers. Does it make sense? There are no new messages. They are just new messengers. We are not trying to recreate anything. We are just trying to invent what is going to work for us. So by that time, maybe after 1 or 2 years, when you've tried to imitate people who are working, you've tried to imitate my strategies, you've tried to imitate my system of trading, and you try to see what is working for me. That is why I used to say, even if you take my strategy, make that strategy yours. Even if you take my system of trading, make my system of trading yours. That is where innovation comes in. And under innovation, let's go under innovation, right? Under innovation, let's talk about innovation. Innovation, right? Good. Innovation. So under innovation, this is where you prove yourself. You remove yourself from being an amateur to a pro. This is where you remove yourself from being a professional Forex trader to a profitable Forex trader. All right? Because these are two different things. These are two different things. You have you have this and you have this. You have what we call what? Professional FX trader, right? Professional FX trader, and here you have what? Profitable FX trader. These are two different people, person number one, person number two, and here this is where, if I have to change the color a little bit, let me change the color a little bit. This is where the money lies. All right, this is where the money lies. So at this point in time where you are innovating, by the time in the innovation stage, remember you move from the imitation stage to the innovation stage. All right, in the innovation state, this is here you are still in the innovation, but by the time you are still innovating, by the time you are still trying to copy another person, by the time you are still trying to learn from another person, by the time you are still being mentored by another person, you are under, I can call you a professional Forex trader. That is why even if you go through my course, or even if you go through Godlove University and you learn the entire course and you master all the skills, at that level, you are still a professional Forex trader. You are not yet a profitable Forex trader. What will make you a profitable Forex trader is what? Innovation. When you are able to innovate, when you are able to create. All right, so innovation will take you from what? From being a professional Forex trader to being a profitable Forex trader. Professionalism just comes in with knowledge, while profitability comes in with experience. All right, so after you've become a professional Forex trader, that's where you can be able to make money in a profitable Forex trader. That is when you can make money in Forex trading. And what is innovation? What is innovation all about? Innovation is when you try to take other people's strategy, maybe in the imitation state, you copy some system from people, you copy some strategies from people. In the innovation state, this is where you have to make that strategy yours. You need to be able to backtest that strategy for at least 3-4 months, even 5 to 6 months sometimes, to look for the drawdown, the appropriate risk management, the money management rules, what lot size should you use. So you make that strategy to be able to fit your risk appetite and your risk tolerance. All right, that is under the innovation state. And under the innovation state, you also try to start looking for what can only be unique to you and you alone. All right, that is why if you guys can take me for an example, 90% of all my strategies, 90% of all my fundamental strategies, technical strategies, and even robotic trading strategies are unique. You can't find that strategy anywhere on the internet. All right, you can't find that strategy anywhere on the internet. Why? Because I imitated. When I started learning, I learned from people. I was paying a UK-based institution for almost 2 years. You guys already know my story. At that time, I was imitating. All right. So when I imitated the people and I learned how to trade, and I actually knew how to trade very well, what do? I started being innovative. I started being creative. I started using my brain. By the time I was using my brain, that's why I created all my own system. 90% of all systems that I used to trade are created by myself, and that only comes in at what? On the innovation state. All right, on the innovation state, that is where you create your own. You are able to create your own systems. That's where you're able to create your own systems. You're able to backtest these systems. In the innovation state, I went back to level 0. I started learning coding. I started learning programming. That is why today I have one of the best cutting edge robots that you can think. I have one of the best cutting edge Forex EAs or robots that you can use to trade. All right. So on the innovation state, that is where I learn how to do programming. I learn how to create my own robot. I learn how to create my own unique strategies. And today, That is why I'm considered as one of the best, if not the best, right? Because I follow this system. I started by imitating. I started by trying to copy from people who already knows what they were doing. I started by learning from people who already know what they were doing. I started by having a mentor who could be able to show me what he already knew, who could be able to show me his strategies which were already working. Then after following that mentor in the imitation state, I then move from the imitation state to what? To the innovation state. In the innovation state, that is where I discovered that, okay, even though I've already had all these strategies from these mentors, from these gurus, from these videos, from all these classes, from all these schools, this is where I need to make all of this knowledge mine. This is where I need to make all of these strategies mine. And I started now looking for ways that I could make the strategy to fix my risk management, my risk appetite, my risk tolerance, how I could create my own robot, how I could create my own unique backtesting was the main thing. Backtesting at this point in time where you are talking about innovation, Forex backtesting, all right? Backtesting is almost about 90%. All right, it's almost about 90%. Backtesting is almost about 90% of what you should be doing. You should be spending all your time, 90% of your time on your MT5 platform backtesting, asking yourself, what if this happened? What if this happened? What if I would have taken this trade at this point? What if I would have done this? What if I come out with a strategy that can just be buying out at the open of every candle? This strategy is just buying. Then when the green candle, the red candle start coming in, the strategy start doing this. So you ask yourself a couple of questions. I used to be sometimes my wife used to come inside the office and she would think I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself and asking myself questions. I'm asking, what if this happened? What if that is what we call backtesting. Backtesting is the only thing that will give you data. And in Forex trading, data is equal to wealth. When you have enough data about a particular strategy, when you have enough data about a particular system, about a particular tool you are trying to test, you'll be able to make informed decisions. And once you're able to make informed decisions, that is where the money lies. All right. So those were just the two systems that I was able to follow when I just started. Even if I have to go back to my younger self, I will still advise myself to follow that system, which is what? Imitate, then innovate. All right. Which is what? Let's go back to it again. So that we can just rehearse. So if I have to go back and tell my younger self two things, all right, that can take you from beginner to pro, that can make you one of the best Forex traders on earth, it just lies on this: imitate, then innovate. You first of all imitate from the people who already know what they were doing. Try to copy from people who already know what they are doing. Then after some years, by you just having knowledge, that will be able to introduce you into that field. That will be able to make you a professional in that field. But professionalism is not going to put money in your bank account. All right. Now we want to be able to become profitable in trading. Becoming profitable in trading is when innovation comes in. You need to be innovative. You need to be creative. In Forex trading, it's not for the weak. You need to be innovative. You need to be creative. That is where you'll be able to make the money. So two things when you're just starting: try to imitate, then innovate. Imitate, then innovate. And trust me, guys, at the end of the day, for me, it took me 3 years. This cycle took me 3 years. The imitation stage took me about 2 years. Then the innovation stage took me almost about 1 year. So the whole system took me about 3 years. And at the end of the day, from 2019 to now, I can say you guys have seen me receiving many awards of the best Forex traders and stuff like that, because I was glad. I'm very, very happy I was able to discover this system when I just started in trading. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to be able to hear from me one-on-one, or you want to be able to go through a system which I've already programmed, or you want somebody that you can copy from, somebody who can mentor you, then check me out on Godlove University. On Godlove University, we have a full course that covers everything in Forex trading, including more than 8 different profitable trading strategies. All right. So check the link on the video description to be able to check me out on Godlove University, so that you can purchase the course and also have access to my private mentee community. Make sure you also check the link below to use the same broker I use. Make sure you smash the like button on the video if you haven't done so. And if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel. Until then, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.